so that you get your heart rate up a little bit, and that's where you'll see some benefit. Even if it's 10 minutes, whatever. I mean, like the brother said, it's got to start somewhere. We got to start somewhere.
Very good. Someone else has something to say on that?
Yeah, I wanted to go back to the piece that Dr. Muhammad alluded to about sisters taking the time to cook. What that meal actually does is unfold also relationships in the family. It builds rapport and trust.
Yes,
I encourage people. People always say, well, Dr. Murfree, why won't you eat out of paper plate? Because I remember the 5 or 6 plates that were not paper in my house. We weren't trying to be big shots, but that's what we had. But you know what? It builds discipline, too. Mm-hmm. You had your plate and you had your glass. Don't you break it. You break it, then you got to earn it to put it back on the table. But now people run. You don't know what this paper is made of. It's recycled. See, we got to think about that and begin to build that as a part of self-esteem and self-worth. Yes, if you put and the other part, if you put too much sugar in a child, some of the treatment that psychiatrists are giving young people, you can't treat the sugar with a psychostimulant. You can treat the condition ADHD, ADD, depression, or something like that with it, but you cannot treat sugar, because if you ate some sugar right now, you want to stay up. You just say you were in a car, taking a trip to Washington, D.C. You got sleepy. You stop and buy you a Coca-Cola and a Snicker. I guarantee you won't go to sleep.
Wow.
You can't take a psychostimulant and treat that. You have to remove the sugar content yourself out of your diet. Because our young people on Ritalin, Xylox, Destrogen, Adderall, everything that they can possibly think of, and it's becoming very faddish. A child moves around in the classroom, the first thing they look at and say, that child ADD. Well, that child been eating for breakfast, that child had a Snicker. For dinner, they had some chips. They woke up this morning with chips, Snicker, and a Coca-Cola. See, we've got to get real in terms of what we're doing with these young people. And you're right. I mean, what you're talking about and the doctors are talking about, I mean, it's dispelling myths. It's giving people education. And if they would just take the time to listen, what Dr. Marshall said, you just take the time to listen. Remove bread, if just remove one of them at a time. If you can't remove the potato, I got to have potato. I hear people tell me that all the time. And I did something in my class at Albany State. I said, I'll tell you what, I'm going to remove something if you remove something. Young lady came to me and said, Dr. Murphy, I lost 20 pounds. Following that crazy stuff you're talking about, I said, well, then that's what you keep removing out of you. It's just like a product in business. If you got something that was selling good in business, and this is the product you run with, it's the same thing with your diet. You begin to remove something one at a time, and then you develop an appetite. Doctor says exercise, move. I tell people to wash your car, something, water the lawn. Then that becomes an appetite. It removes and takes place of something else. It's just that simple to keep yourself healthy.
All right, I want to ask another question. What about water? Is water better for me, or should I drink this vitamin water stuff?
I don't know the answer. I don't know.
That's just a mindset that and your vitamin water is probably red. But no, no, but see, the reason I'm saying that, watch this. The water, the color might not have anything at all in terms of any type of minerals, but people would put this sugar or whatever, and it might not even be sugar. I'm trying to get it right with concerning, these labels with grape and lemonade. They're putting this in a bottle of water rather than just drink the bottle of water itself, just to say I got some kind of taste. That's very difficult. That just means that you don't like water. Because if you truly like some water, you would do it. Your water shouldn't be frozen water either. It should be room temperature. People say, I like my water real, real cold. I mean, there's a lot of things that we do because, again, we get so stimulated about our diet and what we're doing. And I tell people this, don't do a smorgasbord. And I'm not trying to knock places that all you can eat. But I think Dr. Muhammad brought that up earlier on, and Dr. Marshall. You go to some of these places, they got the entire family out there sitting around a table. You can already begin to say you're developing the fatty cells in those young people. You're developing those fatty cells at an early age. So when that child turns 25 and that child is obese or overweight, then you started that a long time ago at this smorgasbord.
Very good, very good.
And let me add something, Marcus, and it's not about the water and the vitamin water, but it's about these energy drinks.
Oh, come on.
A man come to me the other day, and he was drinking one of these drinks first thing in the morning and few hours later, he'd hit it again, and before noon, he'd have about 4 of them in him just to have energy. When he got to me, his sodium and all of those electrolytes were out of order, and I told him not to touch one of them again. So I don't know what Dr. Muhammad has seen, but I'm seeing problems with these energy drinks and with people going overboard with them and not realizing what's in them, and that could actually cause an imbalance of their electrolytes by taking in so many of these drinks.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Dr. Marshall.
That's great.
That's another thing they sneaking in there on us. Everywhere you go, energy, energy, energy. You know, very, very true. Dr. Muhammad, what about this? We talked about the water, but there was another question that it was in my head, and now it's starting to slip. Does the food actually mess with our ability to think?
It depends. It depends. If you eat, we know that after you eat, why you get sleepy after you eat.
Right.
Because the blood has gone from the brain, which to the GI tract to help with the digestion of food. So I think the heavier the meal is, the more it can affect your thinking. Now, I don't know if there are any foods in particular, except maybe the pig, that...
Join Brother Marcus on the Brother Marcus Show every Sunday at 8 p.m. on the internet. Our website is www.blogtalkradio.com/Brother Marcus Show. That's www.blogtalkradio.com/Brother Marcus Show. When you visit this site, you can log on to the website and hear all of our previous shows that we have archived for you. The Brother Marcus Show is a national and international show that is open to all guests and callers regardless of race, creed, class, color, or religious affiliation. Week after week, we have discussions about what's going on in this country and in this society. Mark our shows as one of your favorites. Please rate our shows that you listen to and add comments to the show. Thank you in advance, and God bless you and your family in 2009. For further information, please call Brother Marcus Studios at 404-542-3808. That's 404-542-3808. Our website again is www.blogtalkradio.com/Brother Marcus Show. Thank you again, and bless you all.